After Zach and I bought our first home and got married, we were super excited to not only decorate it, but to put some of our biggest memories on our walls. So we went with Framebridge, which made it super easy to get our pictures framed from our wedding at an affordable price. You can easily order online at framebridge.com or visit a Framebridge retail store. All you have to do is upload a digital photo for them to print and mail your item using their free, secure, prepaid packaging. Or you can also visit one of their 20-plus retail stores. Framebridge customs frames your piece in their studio using the highest quality materials and ships directly to your front door in days for free. Above our stairs, we put pictures of our babies, ourselves, and from our wedding, and we are so happy we went with Framebridge to do it. Anytime anyone comes to our house, it's the first thing that they notice. Not only is it easy, but it's also affordable to custom frame just about anything. They're very fair and transparent and upfront with their pricing based simply on the size of your items. There's a curated selection of frame styles that are all different. They have fast service, free shipping, and this is great for gifts. Your happiness is also guaranteed, so if you're not 100% happy with your pieces, they'll make it right. See why Framebridge has been trusted to frame over 2 million pieces. Visit framebridge.com or a local Framebridge store to get started and custom frame just about anything. That's framebridge.com. Hi guys, we have our first women's retreat trip coming up and we're headed to Mexico. There's a few spots left, so head over to our Instagram at Think Loud Crew. Click the link in our bio and you can find out all of the information for our first women's retreat going to Mexico. We're headed out in July, so get your bags packed.
Welcome to the Think Loud Crew podcast. 3 moms getting real with our daily lives, our WTF moments, and parenthood. That sucked. Really I was really into it, and then I'm like,
And then you got into
and then I got in. I'm like, what happened? Why?
Wow.
Where was I going with that?
You were going with the beginning.
You know what? I'm just
Welcome,
happy
everybody.
it was you and not me, because y'all like to mess with me sometimes when I do the intro.
Well, you can mess with me, but welcome,
I
everybody.
stay away from the intro because I just already know I suck at it.
Well, I miss y'all. We haven't been
miss
together
I know.
in quite a minute.
It's been weeks.
Everybody's
Yeah.
been going in different directions.
Yes, everyone has been busy. Schedules have been scheduling.
Literally.
Life has
And
been lifing.
life has been lifing, but I'm really happy to be back.
Me too.
I was thinking about it while on my way here, and I was just like, am I going to cry when I see them? Because I literally haven't seen you guys in like weeks, or like just like sat and like been with y'all. So I'm really happy today.
It has been a
I
minute.
don't know about you guys.
No, I'm happy. I think I'm still like halfway delirious.
I know. When Shai walked in and from your message this morning, I'm like, oh,
I'm
are y'all
tired.
jet lagged?
I'm jet lagged.
Yeah.
I'm a little jacked up right now.
Because you guys got back when?
on the
Monday.
8th.
The
If
eighth.
you
was
guys
Monday.
don't know, they were in Paris.
Yeah.
And they've been traveling. It's been spring break. So
I did 3 different time zones.
Yeah.
In the matter
That's
of like
crazy to think
days.
about.
Yeah, Cheyenne was a little worse than mine.
Because you were from LA to Hawaii,
Mhm.
and then LA.
And then Hawaii to LA.
yeah.
And then LA to Paris.
That's so
Ew.
crazy.
And then Paris back to LA. And then as soon as we got back, I've been working every
Just had
day.
filming.
So I'm just like,
it's nonstop.
I just feel like I'm like a hamster on a wheel right now, going and going and going and going. But I'm not complaining. God is good.
No,
You're
it's
grateful.
Great.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
Cheyenne gets in these modes, she sings I'm a Survivor to herself in her head.
I
And
have
now
to.
I sing it to myself. And the other night when
Maybe
we
I
were...
should start singing that to myself
It
because
works. It works.
It works.
because I've been falling off. I'm like, help
No.
me.
So I did Paris 2 weeks. Cheyenne did like literally a 2-week trip within like 4 days. Like the first 36 hours that they were in Paris was like nonstop. And I think the world knew it. And we were at this restaurant and we were going hard. We were partying. We were having a great time. And there was a
look like
live guitarist and this vocalist who was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
why did they sing the song? I'm a survivor.
Did they?
Yeah.
That is
Yes.
hilarious.
And I was just like, oh, they know.
they know our pain.
No.
Okay.
Hear us.
I swear this
I
brings me
know.
to the topic of conversation is the power of manifestation.
Manifestation.
I can't say the word.
Manifesting.
Manifesting.
Yes.
I feel like me singing I'm a survivor, it is like me speaking it into existence.
Yes.
So that
With a beat. I'm a survivor. I'm like, oh, I can do this.
Yes.
Yeah, I got
Yes.
this.
So
It's a lot better than telling us we're a hog. Keep going.
I
which
love that
has
because I'm
always
going to start
been
singing
the
that to
thing.
myself because
I
I
have
usually tell
to.
myself in my head that I'm Superwoman when I'm going through it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, when I have so much shit going on, I'm like, I'm a Superwoman. I'm a super mom. I got this. But I'm going to start singing, I'm a survivor.
I swear it works. It's almost like, okay, we've talked about in the past, like negative thoughts.
Yes.
And like the power of having negative thoughts. Now, instead of me always thinking, okay, don't have negative thoughts, it's almost like I had to switch my mindset to think, okay, let's not only have positive thoughts, but like let's manifest. I'm gonna get it one day. Let's manifest
gonna be
like
today.
certain things, and I feel like the people in my life manifest things for themselves. So, like for example, Ryder talked so much about Paris the past 2 years. I really think that she manifested that for herself.
Yeah,
and
she did.
I was able to come along for the journey and the ride,
yeah.
off of her manifesting that.
I love that.
It's
yeah.
like when you
That
put it
is-
out in the air, like
Okay, I
things
chat-
around you,
I chat GBT'd it.
they are
What is
conjuring-
manifesting? Okay.
conjuring to work in your favor.
So, manifesting typically refers to the practice of bringing something into reality through focused intention, visualization, and belief. It's often associated with the idea that thoughts and feelings can attract or create specific outcomes in one's life.
I believe
love
that.
I love to manifest things.
Sometimes I feel like you can manifest things without even knowing that you're manifesting it for yourself. Because when people tell you, like, speak, when you're speaking about things, to speak positive about yourself, because that's manifesting as well. Because if you speak, like, negative thoughts will come into negative thoughts. I love manifesting. I feel like it's interesting to even see, like, as a, like you said, Ryder manifested herself to Paris. Like, it's just, it's such a real thing to speak nicely to yourself and to speak things into existence when you're saying stuff out loud.
Y'all still have to be careful because y'all know I manifested a whole farming pilot last year when I was not ready to have that kind of energy. So it's like
Farming pilot.
you have to be mindful also of like what you
say.
say and what you're putting out there, and be ready to, like, if you're manifesting something, you need to be ready to receive it as well. Or like if you're manifesting something, you can't just be like, oh, I want to go travel, but then it's like you
You're
get
not
there and
putting
it's
like the work into
yeah,
it.
you have to
Yeah.
I feel that.
to support your manifestations, and I think that's where that sense of being like intentional
with what you're speaking.
you have to really be careful with your manifestations as well, because it's not you can ask for something and you can work towards it and you may not be ready for it, or you may be like,
Or it just might not
just
be
be
the right thing.
the right thing, yes.
timing or the right thing. Yeah.
I think
So,
that's a big thing.
I
Is
had
like
to learn how to step back and be careful.
Or also, going back to talking about negative thoughts and keep saying that I don't feel good or like I'm tired. That's a big thing that a lot of people say out loud, and you don't realize that if you keep saying that you're tired or you can't do this or I'm not strong enough or I'm that, you're going to become that because your mind and your thoughts are so strong that I recently received a message from one of my friends because I was just telling her that, like, I was dealing with some health issues not too long ago, and she was like, what did she send? And it really, like, stuck with me. It says, if your thoughts can make you sick, then your thoughts can also make you well.
Yes.
So being so mindful, like Kyle said, of what you put out there, because you don't know,
yeah.
the energy that you're going to get back from that.
What do they say? Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's something this year that you guys have been
putting energy towards?
Manifesting. I had to sound it out in my head first. I'm not gonna lie,
High five.
but it came out.
High five.
Is there something in your lives in particular that you're putting your energy into, or that you're giving out your self affirmations for, or that you're manifesting?
Yes.
Okay, what's yours?
Well, I feel like I really wanted to carve out more time for myself as like a person, as a woman, like figuring out what is my identity outside of just being a mom and an entrepreneur right now. So I really wanted to travel more so I can reconnect with myself. But I just didn't know how it was going to happen, you know? I don't always have the opportunity to like save money or have time to do these things. And I just really prayed a lot. I kept like just talking to God and just feel like I was really putting that energy out there of like, this is what I'm doing. And therefore, this is what I'm going to do. So like the fact that I just had this 2-week holiday vacation, free time, was able to pay for my stuff, was able to like do what I wanted to do. That to me was just a reminder of like how powerful and how great like manifestation can be. And it's like if you put something out there, like you said, ask and you shall receive. Of course you have to do your part. Of course you have to make things happen. You have to be dedicated. I've been praying on discipline. Like I had to really find some discipline within myself to even like reach and achieve my goal. So I feel like certain things that I've been putting out and like even speaking on the podcast, they've been coming into fruition. And I honestly feel so thankful for this platform because like it makes me a little bit more accountable with myself.
Yeah.
Because I can manifest, I can talk about stuff at home, but if no one else hears it, like, to me, it's like, is it really real? Like, I can work on it. I can say I want these things for myself. But if no one else knows, like, my wants, desires, or my goals, how do I even have that accountability, like, with myself in, like, reality if I'm not speaking it in ways where it's, like, other people can hear it or be like, oh, this is what you're working on.
Yeah.
Like, maybe let me say a little extra prayer for you.
So now that you've done that,
Yes.
is there a new goal, or
Well,
has your goal changed?
I'm going back in June.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to Europe in June and actually kind of do some more things. So when I first went, I was like, okay, when I go, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I was excited because I hadn't been outside.
I feel like you really
like
have
that.
been manifesting a trip for yourself, because I can attest to your manifestation, because you kept I
didn't know how I was going to do it.
But I feel like you've always talked about, like, oh, Shannon, I have family, friends in Paris. Let's go. Let's take the boys. I feel like it's been an ongoing talk with you, and even with me. So I feel like you talking about it right now, it's like, wow, I'm so happy for you, because you have been talking about it for some time now.
Yeah, and it's like there were even a series of issues that happened in the weeks upcoming to my trip where I was like, there were moments where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go.
I think that's God
But
always testing us.
I feel like that was
in our
God
journeys.
testing, and I really had to lean into my faith and just trust. So I think that's something that I've really tried to strengthen in my relationship with God, just like that sense of trust and like leaning into my faith. So rather than being like, okay, you know what, this isn't going to happen, it was like, let me pivot and let me figure something out. So it's like I had to pivot so many times, and I think that's also a part of manifestation and manifesting things. It's like you can't give up on what you want or what you see or what you feel for yourself. And in that, it may not look how you want it to look. Like it's not going to happen how you want it to happen. So sometimes you have to adjust. And I feel like, I felt very thankful. And I was like, okay, God met me where I needed to be.
Yeah.
I did my part, and like God was like, okay, child, I see you.
I can do the rest.
Let
for
me,
you.
yes, let me, keep carving that pathway. So I love the power of manifestation, and I pray like that other people practice it in their lives, because then they'll start to understand like their own sense of power and like the gifts of God to like help guide you or lead you or get you to where you want to be. And I just have been so overwhelmed with gratitude recently, just because I was like, I didn't know how it was going to happen. But I just kept trusting, and I kept saying, y'all, I'm going. Didn't have a flight yet, but it was like, hey, I'm going. I made plans. I had set things, and it was like, but I did not have my ticket yet. I didn't have my flight, and I bought my flight.
You knew in your heart
pretty last minute.
It was going to happen.
Oh, it was going to happen.
So now you're manifesting a trip in June.
I'm manifesting a trip in June.
Is that by yourself again, or is that with the boys, or how does that trip look for you?
This is still my year of carving out my time for myself and reconnecting with myself as just like a woman, a person, my creative side. I will not be going with my children.
All you had to say was no.
She said
no. The boys,
all I have to say is no.
Right.
I'll
All
be by myself.
we needed was a no. I'm going
the
by
boys
myself.
will be with their dad June and July, and I'm very grateful that they get to have that time with them because they really miss their dad, and they had such a good time with their dad.
So you're gonna have a good time.
Yes.
Exploring yourself again.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, that came out weird, but yes.
Yeah, it's, you know what, it was great because I got to kind of have a taste of like, when I do go back, what do I really want to do? Mm-hmm. Or like, what kind of time do I want to carve out for myself? Like, how do I want to venture and see more, you know? So I was really happy. I hadn't been to Paris in like 10 years. And my experience 10 years ago in my early 20s, the last time I was there, versus now in my 30s is night and day.
Yeah.
Oh, and you got to spend it with your niece and your mom and
my
sister.
niece and my mom and my sister, which was great. And then outside of that, like I was there visiting one of my closest friends who I've known since before we were even born. Like it's like you, where it's like our families have history, and then like we're literally just same age, and we've just grown up together. So it was really nice to like reconnect and see her life and what she's made out of herself, and to see this beautiful world that she's created. And it was just really inspiring, and I feel like I'm getting closer to a farm.
Oh my God.
I'm still gonna manifest this farm, y'all.
My
the
God.
farm is gonna happen.
You're going to have a farm.
It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of where. So like even going out there and visiting the market, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh.
I know you were
This
heaven. When
speaks
you
to
posted
me
that, I said, oh, she's in
so
her
many ways.
little heaven.
Yes. Another goal I have this year is I gotta learn some French. I got French nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
Gotta learn some
Yeah.
French, y'all. It was like I was just okay. So my best friend Haley, she moved out there like 12 years ago. Didn't know the language. Went there fresh. Watching her have full-on conversations, like Cheyenne could tell you where she was going off. She's laughing. She's just totally like.
I love that.
She's mastered the language to me, and I was like,
I want to do that.
I want to do that.
I do that.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, I was like, this is
It's
really
so cool to see other people be bilingual. Yeah.
Yes, I was like, oh, you guys are gonna get to see my French journey. Like, you're gonna get to watch me go from 0 words to when I left. You know, there were a few. I left with some phrases, some words. I feel very like it's gonna happen. It's happening. I'm manifesting
I
this.
like those. Shannon, what about you? Do you feel like this year you've manifested anything, or are you trying to speak anything to existence?
Yes, actually, one like happened without me even realizing, which I thought was really cool.
Love it.
I'll tell you like a little backstory. So my friend was over and he was looking at a magazine. He was like, oh my God. He's like, it was a Vogue magazine. He was like, oh, do you have that because is your work inside it? And I was like, no. I wish one day that's something that I would really love to have like my work in a magazine. And then literally maybe a couple weeks later, maybe a week later, I got a call from one of my mentors, and he was like, hey, from his assistant, like, hey, Ray would love to have you collab with him on a shoot. And I'm like, okay, I'm always collabing with him. I'm like, always, whatever. And it ended up being for a magazine.
Oh,
for the cover. And
not just a magazine, but the cover. I love that.
So I got really excited, and I didn't think about it until like I thought about the conversation previously the week before. Like I literally manifested that because I've been wanting like, you know, like my work in something, and you know, just to have a little credit or just something like that. And I thought that was really cool. So it comes out, I think, this week or maybe next week before
What
Coachella.
magazine is it?
so exciting.
It's an online magazine.
Okay.
It's called Galore. And
I've heard of that.
yeah, so I'm just excited.
I think you manifested that before that conversation because
I think so
you've
too.
been talking about like wanting to do more in your industry of like hair and stuff, and we've had conversations about you trying to get an agent, and like wanting to like go to the next level of like what that looks like for you. So I feel like before that convo, maybe that was like a direct one, but before that convo, you've been talking about how you wanted to do more.
You've been and I think in that energy.
And it's really interesting because I feel like and then I had my first red carpet person, whatever. And but I can't think right now.
You did someone's hair for the red carpet.
Yes, I did somebody's hair for the red carpet. And I just feel like things are really coming into fruition. Is that the word?
Fruition?
Fruition?
Yeah. Like it's coming into to reality.
To reality.
This dimension that we're in right now.
And, literally, because I guess, I have been talking and speaking it up, and especially it's just been a weird in the industry right now. It's just kind of like rocky, and everybody's like cutting costs and stuff like that. But I really feel in my heart that this is my, I'm going to keep speaking into it. So I think that's one thing that has brought to light, which I thought was really cool for myself. And to see it and to feel it and to grasp all of it was really rewarding.
Yeah.
I love that.
After Zach and I bought our first home and got married, we were super excited to not only decorate it, but to put some of our biggest memories on our walls. So we went with Framebridge, which made it super easy to get our pictures framed from our wedding at an affordable price. You can easily order online at framebridge.com or visit a Framebridge retail store. All you have to do is upload a digital photo for them to print and mail your item using their free, secure, prepaid packaging. Or you can also visit one of their 20-plus retail stores. Framebridge customs frames your piece in their studio using the highest quality materials and ships directly to your front door in days for free. Above our stairs, we put pictures of our babies, ourselves, and from our wedding, and we are so happy we went with Framebridge to do it. Anytime anyone comes to our house, it's the first thing that they notice. Not only is it easy, but it's also affordable to custom frame just about anything. They're very fair and transparent and upfront with their pricing based simply on the size of your items. There's a curated selection of frame styles that are all different. They have fast service, free shipping, and this is great for gifts. Your happiness is also guaranteed, so if you're not 100% happy with your pieces, they'll make it right. See why Framebridge has been trusted to frame over 2 million pieces. Visit framebridge.com or a local Framebridge store to get started and custom frame just about anything. That's framebridge.com.
So that was one thing that I can speak of, of recent. And I don't know. From the beginning of this year, I was talking about little gurgle for y'all, but I was talking about
oh hell no.
I was talking about I honestly maybe one day, and I think that day is gonna come soon.
Okay.
Maybe soon, and I'm just speaking of just positive speaking because Parker keeps talking about this house. A house that we are gonna buy.
Yes, Parker.
Yes, Parker.
And maybe one day soon. Amen. Thank you, God.
Mm-hmm.
He just keeps talking about this house that he wants for the both of us.
I love
and
that.
I'm like, Parker,
I think the
we
kids
have
definitely manifest things.
Yeah, and I'm and I think I'm saying this because of you're saying Ryder manifested Paris for herself. So I think Parker's manifesting a house for us, and I think he's manifesting a yard. He wants his own room. Right now we share a room, so I think he, I tell him mommy, that's why mommy works really hard. That's why.
Yeah, he's also getting older, and
so yes, he needs that
more
space.
Independent and into himself. He's probably figuring out new things with his body, his peers, and he's a boy.
Yes.
So I think
I'm not his body.
I'm just saying, he's getting older.
We literally have our boundaries now. He'll be like, Mom, you're in the bathroom. I need my space. I'm like,
yeah.
Totally got it, sir. So yes, he is getting older, and he's figuring out things. He does want his own room. He sees other kids with their own room, and I want that for him so much. So maybe that's another thing that I'm manifesting.
And we can pray on. I
And
think that's the beautiful thing about.
It's a beautiful thing, but I also am so blessed of where we are now, because we do have a beautiful home that we're in right now. So we literally have the yard. We have a great house, but I'm ready. Like, I think
it's okay to be comfortable in saying I want more.
Yes.
Without feeling like you're disrespecting or disregarding or
what
you
have.
have. Like, it's like I hear you talk, and the way you say it is
I want more.
Like you want more, but you're not. It's like you say it, but you're not strong in saying it, because I do think you think if you say it, then you're showing that you're ungrateful for things that you already have. And that's not true. Yeah. Like, you can be very grateful and content with where you are at and what you have.
Yes.
With also seeking to elevate yourself and to want more for yourself. And it's not being disrespectful or sounding ungrateful to what you have.
I'm really happy that you bring this up, because I think this is why I even started to really, like, be intentional with manifestation, because I used to feel guilty about wanting more in some regards or some areas of my life, because it's like I feel like I've been so blessed and I've been so favored in so many situations to where it's like, how dare I want more when I'm already like in a good blessed space. Situation. But then I had to learn, like, I had to break out of that, because it was like a little mental prison for myself. And it was like, no, you do deserve more. And it's okay to, like, want more and to vocalize it. And I think that is something that I've had to struggle with as, like, a person and as a woman. Now as, like, a parent, I'm finding my voice there. And it's only made me stronger. And it's like, yeah, actually, I do want that. And I am going to get it. Like, yeah. I am deserving, so I'm happy that you brought that up.
I like that you say that, because I don't think that I do want more. And I think I bring myself back, because, like, we were talking about manifestation.
Ooh, this word is just eating me and Shannon alive. The way our brains process, I
think it's so powerful. I think what we were talking about earlier is that I do believe in it and the power of it. So I think sometimes I get scared, because I know that it is going to come. And I know that it's going to come in full and in a beautiful way. And sometimes I feel like I'm super ready for it. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, shit, I'm about to have all this responsibility and I'm ready for it.
Yes.
And I work hard for it. This is what I work for, and for my kid and for I to have. And I've talked about it before, like getting a beautiful townhome or a beautiful beautiful house. Like, I think I just get nervous when I speak it out loud, and I speak it, and I'm like, oh shit.
Because the reality of actually
saying it
and then obtaining these things.
Yes, it's going to come.
It's going to come. But then that also comes with the reality of, okay, now you're in a home. Now your bills, your overhead has just changed so much.
Yes.
But I feel like
that comes with it.
It comes with it. Like,
and it comes with that power. It comes with God saying, you got this.
Yeah. And it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy, like, at all.
Sure.
I feel like that was one thing that I think sometimes I sit back and I'm like, this is hard. And like, I'm fully accepting that this is hard. Like, being a homeowner is hard. There were so many other bills that I didn't even know existed. Like, so many other taxes and this got a bill. I'm like, why the fuck didn't anybody tell me there's all these goddamn bills? Like, I thought there was this bill, and this bill.
And they were done.
And then it was all these new bills, and I'm like scratching my head, and I'm like, oh my God. But I think that the reality of it, of course, it's easy to say, I want to be a homeowner.
Yeah.
But the reality of being a homeowner and keeping your home.
Responsibilities of like.
So much responsibility. And is it heavier? Yes. But then to me, it's like, it's more heavier, rewarding. But I feel like I pray harder.
Yes. And I think that's all you have to do. You gotta trust. And that's what you got to do. You have to trust in yourself. I'm a person that I've been struggling with. I'm so hard on myself. So I feel like when I do manifest things, I'm like, I need it now. And I need it to be the way that I see it.
Yes.
So do you like instant gratification?
Not all the time, but I like things to work in my favor and to look, I don't know if I'm explaining it the right way.
Like to look a certain way and to feel a certain way?
Yeah. But, but I'm like grateful, and like the way I manifest is just I put so much power into it. And I think that's what makes me nervous when I speak it out loud, because I'm like, oh, it's my time.
Yeah.
It's my time. And me speaking it on this podcast right now, I'm like, it's my time.
So while you say it out loud,
like
do
that.
you have negative thoughts in your head?
I wouldn't say negative. I just say what if this, what if that.
So doubts.
Doubts, which are negative.
At the same
I'm just trying to get us there.
I'm just looking at Shy and working through it with
Because
me.
I do that.
It can
I
be
do
very
that.
Yeah, it's very normal, and I think it's normal when you do get your blessing, the thing that you've been working on, and it's a journey. It's not like you were saying earlier. It's not gonna always look how you want it.
Yes.
The journey's not gonna always look how you want it, but God is always gonna be at every step, at every moment, and show you that you got it and that it's yours.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I think, and I bring this up because I don't know. I didn't even think about it until just now, because Parker literally has been manifesting this since we moved from our apartment to the back house, and then he's just like, okay,
What's next for us?
I think he sees how much I grind, how much I work, and what I am capable of.
I love that.
He sees the potential.
He knows that.
It's the power.
He
that his
knows
God
that
carries.
I'm gonna get what he wants.
Yeah.
And me myself, I've always said this to myself in my head, and now I'm saying out loud, whatever I want, I'm gonna get. And that's whatever in life. Like, I don't care what it is. If I want something, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I like this. Okay,
Material things.
I asked
Material things, whatever. Like, even, I'm gonna bring up my little tennis bracelet, but I've manifested
the bracelet.
a bracelet, and I bought myself.
You said you wanted it.
I said I wanted it. It's something that I want to gift myself. We made a joke about Parker telling that Santa does not give diamonds to people, and look what happened. Santa gave me a motherfucking bracelet. But okay,
Wait, what are you gonna share? And then I want to know what your manifestation.
Yeah, what is your
are.
manifestation?
So when we were talking about the power of negative thoughts, okay, by the way, if you guys don't have Chat GBT, get it, because I talk to it all day long. It's like an AI, but you can ask it questions. Chat GBT writes my captions on Instagram. It writes a few captions for Think Loud Crew. I'm not gonna
Brianna
lie.
was just telling me about that. She was like, "Girl, if you don't know how to write an email,
you can literally Chat GBT your email. I'm not
makes my
kidding.
emails look so good." I said,
Yes,
oh, okay.
I'm not kidding. It's a little scary, but at the
help
same
edit
time,
yourself,
I
too.
really like it. Like,
Crazy.
side
Maybe I
note,
need
me and my
that.
friends were having a conversation the other day about soft girl era versus soft life, and I literally pulled up ChatGPT and was like, "Here, these are the bullet points to understand the difference." But I love it. So, like right now, I asked it, "What is the power of negative thoughts?"
Okay, tell
tell us.
It says negative thoughts can have a significant impact on one's mental and emotional well-being, influencing mood, behavior, and overall outlook on life. They can create a cycle of negativity that can affect relationships, decision-making, and even physical health if left unchecked. However, recognizing and addressing negative thoughts can help their effects and promote a positive mindset. So almost to me, I like that because I feel like negative thoughts, people have them. Like, it's so easy to say, I don't have negative thoughts, but I think everybody does.
I think
but I think being
There's always
able
gonna be some kind
to
of
take those negative thoughts and tell your mind like we're gonna get through this, so I'm okay, and taking it and making it positive, then that's a better way to take those to like handle having negative thoughts.
How'd y'all know I needed this talk today?
Girl, if you ever need somebody to talk to and there's nobody to talk to,
ChatGPT is here for you.
I'm telling you, any question.
You say I'm here for you, Shannon.
Oh, I'm telling you, ChatGPT is here for you, okay?
She's like,
I'm
I'll
telling
send
you.
the app.
I swear to God, I'll be up late at night and I'll be like, I wonder.
no one to talk to.
Yes.
ChatGPT.
I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm literally talking to it like it's a person on the other side. I'm not kidding. Any question?
I have no idea.
Ask me a question right now. Any question in the world.
What is the average weight of an elephant?
Got it. What is average weight of a...
I want to see your ChatGPT history.
I want to know what you've been manifesting
The average
this year.
weight of an elephant varies depending on the species. African elephants are typically larger than males, weighing between 10,000 to 26,000 pounds, while females generally weigh between 4,900 to 13,000 pounds.
Wow.
Asian elephants are smaller, with males weighing in between 5,000 to 12,000 pounds, and females weighing in between 4,000 and 6,000 pounds. Come on.
That's
Come on,
significantly-
now.
Come on, Travis. GB chat. That's all you got?
Not GB chat.
Is it GB chat?
GPT.
GPT.
What does
Chat
GPT stand for?
I don't know, but all I know is that this thing knows.
GPT.
This thing has a lot of my secrets.
Kidding.
I be asking this
Gangsters
thing
pull
wild
through.
questions.
Gangsters pull
gang.
through.
Okay,
I'm telling you, I ask this thing questions all day
Gosh,
long.
I could have used this 10 years ago instead of having a whole existential crisis. I could have been like, help me.
Yeah.
Help me.
you said yeah.
No, I'm telling you, when I'm up late and I'm like, I wonder what this means. I literally be like, to the point where Zach is like, stop talking to that chat thing.
That's
Do you
crazy.
ever re-ask? You can re-ask.
Oh
and get a whole
no,
new
I re-ask,
answer.
I rewrite, I say take more of my words and then change it into this. Like,
okay, yeah.
You can use it for work. Like right now, I'm working on a grant, and I'll put all my information in. I'll be like, these are
And
like
then it
my
will-
parameters.
it will
Can
rewrite it
help
for
me
you.
That's what Nina
create a
was
plan for
telling me.
this?
She was like, because I was telling her, I was like, I am horrible at emails. I hate writing emails.
this will
And
work.
she was like, girl. She was like, just put in what you want and it'll make it look way better.
Here's
I'm
a
like,
hack I like on ChatGPT. If you have to have sort of like a stern or confronting email or text message with somebody,
Oh.
you write out how you feel unfiltered, right? And then put it into GPT and say, hey, can you make this more polite?
Yeah.
Yes. I've done that. I wrote something
Yes.
and then I asked it to make it more feminine sounding. Make it like,
Got it. I
girly,
that.
like,
yeah, like make it more like approachable. Because I think sometimes I can come off in text very like harsh and to the point, but it's not because I want to be harsh and to the point. It's just,
Just
like
who you
the
are.
delivery and the
yeah, like
vocabulary.
I think I'm bad at
Maybe.
delivery, so
I
I'll
am
literally
too.
tell it like fix, like make it sound more like approachable
Fluffy.
and fluffy and girly
Yeah.
and like, and it will literally make whatever dickhead thing I just said sound beautiful. I'm not even kidding.
Not dickhead.
I'm
thing.
not kidding because then I'll read the difference and I'm like, ooh.
I like that.
Is this
because
how I should
am
sound?
really,
Yeah.
maybe that will,
It'll help.
my brain is going crazy because I'm like, ooh, I'm excited. Now I can write
You can
emails.
even put an email together.
Because I'm telling you guys, that's probably being an entrepreneur. That's one of my worst things. I hate writing
Just
emails
how you
and
want
writing
an
back to
agent.
people. I'm like,
Shannon, you could literally be like, I'm a hairstylist looking for an agent. This is what I need my agent
And then
to
they'll
do.
make it more
Can
fluffy.
you please write an email to me for different agencies where it's like I'm,
I love
introducing
this.
myself with the goal of XYZ. Okay,
Like I
Cheyenne.
just asked it, send me affirmations, and it said, of course, here are some affirmations you can have. I'm worthy of love, success, happiness.
Why did we use this?
I believe in abilities to change my goals. Yes, I use this for the wall of affirmations.
Do you
And I
think
was over here
ChatGPT
using my
knows-
brain.
Do you think they know who Cheyenne Floyd is?
Let me ask it.
Oh my gosh. Do you know who Cheyenne Davis?
Do you know who the TLC
Cheyenne
crew
Davis.
is?
What do we? I wonder if it knows
Do you know
Cheyenne
think
Floyd
of-
versus Cheyenne Davis. Let me see. What does it say?
It says yes, Cheyenne Floyd Floyd is known for appearing on reality TV shows like Teen Mom OG, The Challenge. She gained fame initially from her participation in a reality series, Are You the One, before joining the cast of Teen Mom OG.
Wow. Shit.
She's also known for her social media presence and advocacy work. Bro.
Whoa.
Scary.
Yes. Yes,
Look at
sis.
I have so many questions now.
Oh my god.
I can't breathe.
We've created a monster.
Oh,
Look at her,
chap.
look at her.
I said, do you know who Ryder Wharton is? It says yes. Ryder Wharton is Cheyenne Floyd's daughter. Cheyenne shares her parenting journey with Ryder on a reality TV show called Teen Mom OG. Ryder's father is Corey Wharton, who is also a known TV personality known for his appearances on shows like The Challenge. You should have never told me this.
Look at her. She's writing more questions.
Going. Okay, now that you have
Now that you
discovered
have
this
told
whole
us-
other layer, can you share some of your wanted manifestations? for the
Get off
year?
your phone. Get off. Drop it. Drop it. What did you just ask?
I just have so many questions for it. Okay, no, I'm not going to lie. Before I Googled myself or chat GPT myself, I did ask it, how do you positively speak things into existence?
Okay,
Okay.
tell us about that, and then share.
And then I'll
And then
share
you
mine.
need to share yours.
Y'all,
because we need to know.
I'm going to be stuck on
Look at
this
her.
all day.
She's gonna be
I
asking all the
never thought
questions.
that I could ask that. Out of all the bullshit I've asked, I never thought about myself. Okay? I be on here like, why is the floor creaking? Like, I'm asking crazy ass shit.
Which floor are you?
I'm like, why is there a crack in my bathroom? Like, I'm literally asking this thing random ass shit all day. Okay, anyway. I really like this, though. Okay, speaking things into existence, often setting clear intentions,
hilarious?
affirming positive beliefs, and visualizing desired outcomes. By constantly vocalizing your goals, aspirations, and desires with conviction and confidence, you can reinforce your focus and commitment to achieving them. Additionally, taking action aligned with your spoken intentions can help bring them closer to reality. It's about combining the power of words with proactive steps towards manifesting your desired reality.
Proactive
Who is this? Who writes these? This is great.
That is, it is interesting. Who does write that? Because it's worded so beautifully.
And it's worded to where I can understand it.
it's not like all over the
Yes.
place.
Like, they're not using words that I don't know.
Yeah. I like that.
Shine's like, this is language I can digest.
I can digest this thing. Okay, so in the beginning of the year, I tweeted. Let me find it.
I forget you tweet.
No.
Do people still call it tweeting even though it has a different
Twitter?
name?
I don't.
What is Twitter
tweet.
called now?
Oh.
I tweeted one
Oh.
thing in the beginning
I
of the
don't
year.
tweet.
I'm actually not a tweeter, but I did one.
Not a tweeter.
Like on the like January 1st, I think I did it. Like I
Okay.
did one, and I was like, I'm not gonna be on Twitter this year, but I'm just gonna do this
You're
one.
gonna put it out there.
I'm gonna put it out there because this is what I want. So, or no, okay, it wasn't January 1st because it was before. It was in New Year's.
Okay.
So I said
31st.
Yeah, it's gonna make sense once I read it to you.
Okay.
It says, next year, I want to take a trip every month. Big or small, traveling feeds my soul. So that was my goal for this year for myself, was that I wanted to travel. I feel like traveling was such a big foundation of like my childhood that I really wanted to travel more this year. And everyone's going to say, well, you traveled a lot last year. I know. But
I know, but she didn't do it with intentions.
I didn't do it with intention. And this year, I feel like I've been really intentional on traveling and how I want that to look like, how I want it to feel, who I want to be there. Where, like, before, a friend could hit me up and say, I want to go on this trip, and I'm like, yeah, I want to go on the trip. I'm not putting any thought behind it. It's just, like, I'm running to get outside.
Yeah.
So I just go. Where, like, this year, I've been way more, like, asking questions
Planning.
more. And
Intentional.
planning. And, like, and then also saying no. Like, knowing when I have to say no to doing certain things because maybe it just financially doesn't make sense, or maybe I'm just tired. Like,
Yeah.
I have to realize that. So with me doing this tweet, it was my way of almost like making it my form of like accountability for myself. And I
talked about it on the podcast as well.
Yeah.
yeah,
she did,
the other
remember.
day I went and I took a screenshot of it because I'm really not on Twitter, and it was almost like I needed to see it again and like give myself
So
that.
recently you did that?
Yeah, it's like number 15 in my camera roll right now.
Oh.
And it wasn't because I felt like I wasn't doing it, but it was because I felt like I was putting too much pressure to do it.
Oh, so it wasn't feeling how
Like
you wanted it to
organic
feel.
or
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Because I
It
feel like
felt-
your intention is, your manifestation was like to just do it
to
with
just do
happiness
it with
and, like,
happiness,
flow.
and then it became like, am I doing this with happiness? Am I doing this because it feels good, or am I doing this because I want to achieve
goal.
because
a
I
goal?
said it and I need
Yeah.
to do it now.
And now I'm like, okay, let's rethink about it. So literally the other day I went, I screenshot, and I was like sitting there writing notes in my phone, and I was really thinking about like why I said that and what that looks like and what it would look like if now we're in April. In June, if I don't take a trip, you know, big or small, like how that will make me feel. Am I going to feel like I didn't accomplish it? Like, it was like a mental thing for me. But I do feel like that is something that I'm working on. Manifesting, something that I've been manifesting, but now it's almost like I have to pull back and realize why I was manifesting traveling. Is it because I don't like my home? Is it because
Interesting.
I
So you're thinking
I was thinking about it a different way of like, what does traveling do for me? And
I like that.
let's go back to like the foundation of it,
like-
or the core of it.
So you're basically looking at your
My goal.
goal, and now you're looking back into yourself
Yeah.
of like who,
That
like
reflection.
you're reflecting,
Right,
like
exactly.
what do I want for myself?
Yeah.
I like that.
And I feel like
I like that you like felt it in your soul. I
I had to
guess.
like rethink it of like, okay, I wanted to travel. I love to travel, but
Yeah.
now let's get back to like, why did you need to go somewhere every month?
Yeah. I think also you were earlier in this year you talked about being like content and like being happy like with the things that you have. So I think hearing that in the past and now hearing what you're saying now, it's like you are kind of reevaluating the intention or the meaning of these things on a deeper level rather than just saying, okay, I want to travel. It's like, no, what does traveling actually do for me?
Right.
Like, what is
What
it?
am
These
I- if I'm running from
experiences?
something?
Am I running? What is the reason?
I have like a list of things that I set out for this year, like goals, financial goals, home goals, marriage goals, like different things. And I was looking at one list and I was like, this doesn't make sense because on one side I'm saying this year, learn to be still. And then on the other side, I'm saying I want to take a trip every month.
Go!
Yeah. So I'm like,
out of here.
I'm like, dang, when I wrote this, I didn't even realize that I'm saying two opposite things.
Ah, I love that.
So now I'm staring at my list again, figuring out what did it mean or what does it mean and what does my version of being still look like? Because my version might be different than yours.
Yeah.
You might think still and think, okay, we're going to stay home and we're going to meditate or something, where mine, I can travel and be still on a beach.
You said no. That
I could be
resonates.
still on the plane.
Yeah.
That
Like,
resonates
to
with
me,
me.
like, I could
Yeah.
be still somewhere else. And what I realized is that within me going through this whole thing, I realized that it's easier for me to go somewhere else and to be still
To
there
recharge.
to recharge rather than being still in my home because I'm not still there. I'm going to find something to clean. I'm going to find something to
Yes.
do. I'm going to find some clothes
It's
to
that
do this. I'm gonna,
accessibility too.
yeah, like
Well, yeah.
it's
It's
just
like
it's too it's always something. I can always find something to
that's
do.
like your normal energy. Like if you're in your home, yeah, I feel like it's not a still place. It could be still,
but then it goes back to
it could be very still.
I should learn how to center myself and be still in my home.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to travel to be still. If that makes
Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
I agree, but at the same time, for me, like I had to physically remove myself from the States and be in a country where I didn't have to, do the same things that I had to do out here or have those same responsibilities, because I feel you. At home, I can't be still. Even if I don't have kids, I don't have to do any work, no one's there, like, you're always going to find something to do. So sometimes when you're in that position, and also with the mind of an entrepreneur where it's like, how can I keep going? And I think sometimes as a Black woman, I just don't know how to be still, because there's always something that is like being called upon me. Like I feel like I have to perform in some way. And if I'm not doing something, it's like I'm not living up to my potential, or I'm not being good enough. So I had to physically remove myself from this place completely to be still and to disconnect and to be able to reset, recharge. And like you're saying, you're trying to find out your intentions. Like, what is the reason why I'm even doing this? That was the biggest question for me when I was gone. Like, and I honestly didn't even know it was such a thing that was on my mind until I was removed from my environment, where it was like, okay, I'm doing this because I need to reconnect with myself. And I feel like when I'm at home, a lot of times, like, I'm suffocating, because it's the pressures of, parenting and motherhood, like the pressures of working, friendship, like family, just the pressures of LA. Like, it's such a different, the lifestyle out here, it's so different. And I didn't even realize, like, that I was seeking, like, a certain amount of peace or, like, disconnect or stillness until I was gone. And I was like, oh, this is why I wanted to do this. It wasn't like, oh, let me just get up and get out of here. It was like I'd been seeking this feeling or this sensation or, like, this something within me, like a cathartic moment. And, unfortunately, it took a couple $1,000s and 2 weeks and all this stuff and, stress to get there. But it's like, once I got there, I was like, okay, this is why I want to do this. So I love that you are taking the time to kind of, like, reevaluate and go through your different goals and see, like, how are they either lining up.
I think they're allowed to change.
How are they
I think
going
they are.
against
I
each
like
other?
I think they're allowed to grow in different directions. I think they're allowed to change. And I think sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves of, I set this goal, now I need to knock this off my list.
Yeah,
but
it becomes forced.
But you grow.
You do
and
grow.
why can't your goals grow with your own personal growth?
I think they should.
I think sometimes for me, I have to just sometimes just sit back and just say, okay, like I don't have anything to prove,
Yeah, you don't.
So, like, for example, everyone knows that Zach cleans. He has OCD. He cleans all fucking day, okay? I'll get home right now and I'll be tired because I got up with the kids this morning. I got ready for school. I came and did this podcast. I didn't sleep the past, like, week. I'm on jet lag.
Yeah.
I worked the past few days, and I'll be so ready to just go home and sit on my couch, at least for an hour. But I'll get home and Zach will be cleaning, and I will put pressure on myself. Okay, let me get up and help him clean. But I have to also realize, like, he slept in.
Right.
He didn't do a podcast.
He has the energy to do so.
He has energy to do so, and that's okay. And it doesn't make me a bad wife that I'm not up cleaning.
No,
And those have been, like, the conversations we've had to have in the past of, like, understanding that. And, like, I'll feel pressured to get up and just fake clean some shit because he's cleaning something, but then he goes back and he cleans over what I'm cleaning anyway.
But I like that you're practicing stillness within your home.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, like, you want to learn how to be in your home and be still.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a good practice.
Yeah.
I'm trying, because if you know me, I am
Shine's going to keep going.
I'm just going to keep
Same way.
going.
Like you guys said, I didn't get to go away for spring break, so I was trying to learn how to be still within my house and not feel bad that I wasn't working or this or, like, putting all this pressure on myself, which I did, and it did eat me up. Mm-hmm. But I was trying to learn how to be still within my house and not find something to do with, like, being rushed and rushing Parker and, like get up, we gotta do stuff. So, like, it is like a balance. It's an interesting balance to being still within your own home and finding that peace without, like, going crazy and making yourself feel like you're not doing enough.
I'm interested to hear what you guys say about the power of manifesting.
Yes.
About speaking things into existence, about how you handle having negative thoughts. So you've now heard how we handle things or the things that we're speaking into existence. So if you guys can comment below and tell us these are the things that you're working on and things that you're manifesting or things that goals that you've set or unset. I want to hear from you guys what those are.
Because then we can bring the power of prayer and help pray for each other's manifestations, which I think is a whole other conversation, and how prayer and manifestation, you know, how they can work together hand in hand. Are they the same for you or are they different?
Yeah. Do you guys have WTFs or advice this week?
Who?
I'm trying to think.
I don't know if it's really like a WTF, but in me being gone, like being able to sleep in and not feel like crazy for sleeping in, or taking a bath and not having to rush out to, like, you know, actually being able to relax. I saw how chaotic my life is here in some regard. And it kind of made me like reevaluate some things. So as I'm moving into my new house, I'm trying to kind of like figure out a new balance of like, what does peace look like for me in creating this soft life for myself, or what I feel is this softer life. I guess my advice, this is kind of like my advice to myself. Sometimes it's healthy and it's good to disconnect so that you can reevaluate. I'm always in a constant state of like reflection and like being like retrospective, but sometimes it can be difficult to do it in your environment. So even if it's just a day of disconnecting from everything you've got going on in life, even if it's a couple hours, just try and make space for that within your life or yourself. So that you can have time to really kind of reevaluate or reflect, and that way have a better understanding of like where you want to go or where you're going. Because I feel like if I didn't have that time, I wouldn't have been able to see like all the beauties that I've had in this last year, of even getting me to this point, you know. The last year was pretty chaotic for me, but I needed that time to kind of sit back and be like, you know what? You came home a year ago and you had nothing. Like, I literally felt I did not have nothing. But just where I was and what I'm accustomed to, I was like, damn, I really came home with nothing. It was just me and my kids in this one bedroom, sharing a bed at my parents' house. Like, how did I get here? And in this time, I put out some goals for myself. I didn't know how they were going to get done, but I put them out there, and I've literally been knocking so many things off my checklist. And I didn't even realize it until I had that moment of like stillness and being able to reflect. So take time to reflect in your life. I know that was like such a long to get to that one sentence. I annoy my brain literally annoys me sometimes. Like, girl, you could have just said reflect. Take time to reflect.
We were there with you.
I was following.
I was following too.
Yeah, but you know,
I had to give myself a little massage.
Yeah, I was watching.
I was watching you in the corner of my eye. I was like,
When Shai was doing this, I was like, damn, I'm just talking. Here I go. But yeah, make time to reflect so that you can even like treasure your manifestations. Shit.
Shannon, who do you have?
You go first.
Mine is more of like an announcement. Than,
What's this announcement?
okay, calm down.
Where'd she
For
say it?
the Think Loud Crew women's retreat that we are doing in July, we're going to Mexico. Woo!
We're traveling.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
You guys said I already screaming
Poor
in your
Travis.
ears.
I just want to give you guys a quick reminder for those that are attending the trip. All of your trip dues are due on April 18th. Everything has to be paid unless you're doing a firm and you've
you already have your
a payment plan.
schedule.
Then you're fine. We're not talking to you. There is a group chat that is on Instagram that I went on and added. There's a few people that have not accepted the invitation into the group chat. Please accept the invitation to the group chat so that you can see what we're talking about. We're talking about shirt sizes.
We're talking about airfare, where people are flying out from, and
what time they're gonna get there. So it's kind of like an icebreaker. You can see other people's profiles, who we're going to be with. So please join that chat. If you did not have an invitation to the chat and you're going on the trip, DM us so that we can make sure that
You're in
we
there.
sent it to the right person, because that's awkward. So really the most important things are make sure that you guys are booking your flights. You should also have gotten a trip portal emailed to you. Make sure that your portal is set up. You're getting the rest of your trip paid for. Your flight is booked. And then in the chat, drop your t-shirt size. If you're not comfortable in the chat dropping it, then send us a private message and tell us your t-shirt size. Those are really the big ones. Portal, money due by April 18th, shirt size, and make sure you're in the chat, because I know some people are already coordinating. Oh, I get there at 11:30. I get there at 11:30.
Or like, what seat are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll sit next to you. So everyone is getting acquainted, and I think it's a really
That sense
everyone
of community is like
everyone is already
blooming.
like blooming in little communities. So like Shai said, make sure to DM us to put you inside.
And we'll see you guys soon.
I'm excited.
And also, if you know anyone who wants to still go on it, or if you still want to go on it, you have up until April 18th to put yourself on this trip. It's going to be a great trip. We have a great group of women. I went through profiles.
It's very diverse.
It's
I'm really
very
excited.
diverse.
Very diverse,
Like,
age ranges.
I was gonna say age, location, like it's even
makes
like
me excited.
career wise. Like
I'm really excited.
there are some women on there that I was like, oh, you have like a legit like
You have a real job.
you got a real
job.
You got a job.
I'm like you smart.
Yeah. So you guys, there's still time to join.
Yes.
Like now.
Join
You have
us.
to join
And
like
my
now.
advice for the week is to speak to yourself nicely,
I like that.
because speaking to yourself nicely really manifests. And if you speak negative, it can manifest that way as well.
Yeah,
So
be
speak
kind
to
to
yourself,
yourself.
be kind to yourself. And that's, advice to myself as well.
I like that one. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, you can follow us on Think Loud Crew on YouTube and on Instagram. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Continue to help us grow. And if anyone has any questions regarding the upcoming women's retreat that we're hosting, please reach out. We are here for all of you guys. And I'm just really excited for the next few weeks and what is to come.
Me too.
And you can follow me at Shy Not Shy.
You can follow me at @RKyleLynn.
And you can follow me at Hair by Shannon C.
And don't forget to tell your crew
About
our crew.